Let's talk a little bit about finding optimal parameters. This video may be just a little bit longer than the others, but we're just going to take a look. Okay, look at all of your different parameters at 10 pips out. Now we're looking at a 3 p.m. expiry, and here is what we see so far. Currently, the way the signal is, it only has a 45% win rate for at-the-money binary wins. It only has a 27% win rate for out of the monies and a 72% win rate for in the monies. Well, I don't like that very well. So what am I going to do? I'm going to make those parameters a little bit better. If I know something has not worked over the past 285 trades, then I can go down here and right here where it says go against signals, I can look and see what the opposite of that has been. And it's been 53% with 8 wins in a row versus 46% with 5 wins or 5 losses in a row. Now the out of the money and the in the money doesn't change that much. However, I want to try to up my ATM win rate. That's a little thing in here. Let me find it here. Right here. Consider signal only after a losing streak. Now, if we know that they have losing streaks, we know the maximum losing streak out of 285 trades has been 5. If we were to put the number 5 in there and click OK, we're going to see a 100% win rate, but it's only had 3 trades. Now, 3 trades is not enough. And I see arrows here. You know, those are not trades. The only ones that we're remotely interested in are the ones with the tan ATM line. And as we look back through here, we're searching for one. And as you can see, not many trades happen. Even though you have a 100% win rate, here's one right here. This trade right here, here's the tan line. Price closed above it. That goes toward the 100% win rate. We're only looking for the tan middle line. And, you know, I can't find it here. You know, there's just not enough trades. So I know that at the 5th loss in a row over the past 289 trades, it's a winner. What if I put a number 4 in there? That's 4 losses in a row. It'll only take a trade after 4 losses in a row. Well, I know my win rate is 72%. However, there's only been 11 trades. It's got a 72% win rate. It's won 4 in a row, and it's lost only one time, and then the next one was winner. You know, so and again, if I look back through here, there's not very many trades. I'm looking for the tan middle line. Here's one right here. That was a winner. That was a winner. That was a loss. That's our 27% there. And we're going back through here trying to find a tan middle line. Let's see. And there's just not very many trades. Now, if you scroll all the way back, let's scroll all the way out and go back and see. We're looking at since January. Right now it's May. This is since January. There's been 11 trades since January, about 2 trades a month on average. Of course, they have a really high win rate, but there's not very many of them. So now let's go in there and let's say, okay, I only want to look after the 3rd loss in a row. I only want to get a signal when it's lost 3 times in a row. 64% win rate with 31 signals. Now it's getting a little bit better. It's got at least a trade a week, sometimes 2, and that's only on 1 currency pair. Let's do some math here. Let me take a picture here so I can write on the screen. Okay, if we've got 2 trades per week over, you know, let's say 10 different assets. 2 trades per week on 10 different assets. Well, that's 20 trades per week. or 2 a day. It's plenty. There's plenty of trades to go around just like that. If you want to mix and match the indicators, this is only on one indicator, by the way. You can mix and match the indicators. You can use, RSI. Maybe you'll have, 20 trades on that one. Maybe you'll have 20 trades on the stochastic, whatever. You can mix and match them, and you can have plenty of signals to trade. You don't want to over optimize, because when you over optimize, you're not seeing the full picture. 64% win rate, that's a good win rate. But we're going to try to make it even better. Let's say we've got 64% win rate, and we're looking at bar run. We're only looking if it has 2 bars in a row. What if it has 3? Let's just take a look at it. Nah, it doesn't do much. The win rate stays roughly the same. Doesn't do much at all. What if I change that to 1? It has 81 and a 55% win rate. Nah, not so good. So now I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put it at -1 so it looks at all the trades, not just the winning ones. And now I have about the same win rate with 166 trades here. So I've got plenty of trades. I've got a decent in the money win rate. I've got a decent out of the money. Well, I like to have that at 30%, but still, whatever. What if I find out that the 3 p.m. expiry is just not working? Why don't I look at an 11 a.m. expiry? Let's just check that out. 50%? No, I want something 60% or better. What if I look at a 7 a.m. expiry? 44%? No. What if I look at a 3 a.m. expiry? 50%? Eh. So as you can see, while I'm looking through here, I'm finding a bunch of stuff that don't work. So what we're going to do is we're going to start making little tiny changes. We're going to get this ATM win rate up to better than 60%. First of all, I'm looking at the pound yen. Let's look at the USD yen. Does that have any difference? Not really. USD CAD, a little bit better, but not so great. USD Swiss franc, nothing. Euro USD, a little bit better. Euro pound, still above 50, but it's not so great. Euro yen, 52%. I think we were just here at 50%. And where are we at here? Pound yen, 56%. It's okay. Let's look at a couple of, let's look at this index here. The Wall Street 30 or Dow Jones 30. Nope, no good. NASDAQ. NASDAQ's good. We'll come back to that. S&P, 65, good. NASDAQ was 59. S&P is 65. And oil, nah. So let's look at S&P. This may be something for S&P. Okay, we've got a 65% win rate. It's had 43 trades, going as far back as August 2016. It stops here, so I know that the indicator is not looking far enough back. So I'm going to go into the indicator, and instead of it looking back at the past 20,000 bars, I'm just going to put another 0 in there so it can look back 200,000 bars. There we go. And now it looks on further back. And the further back I look, I find out that the win rate is only 59.70%. Still good. But now I want to go and I'm going to think to myself, okay, the S&P 500, that's a long biased asset. So what if I only want to look for the longs and not the shorts? or buying and not selling. I'm going to go to long only. And guess what? Might not want to do this because this is a 3 a.m. expiry. So if it's 3 a.m. expiry, the futures get screwed around in the middle of the night. I'm going to change that to a 3 p.m. expiry. 3 p.m. expiry. There we go. Okay, so the longs are 51%. Let me see what it says on the short side. Okay, shorts are no good. Longs are 51%. However, I don't like it because there's 6 losers in a row versus 4 winners in a row. So I might just scrap this one. And I might go down here. We're just looking at bar runs still. I might go down here and alter the trade times. Let's alter it between 15 and 18, which is early morning U.S. session. Okay, we got 54%. Looking good. All right. Let's see. Our strikes are nowhere near large enough because the S&P is a little bit larger. I'm going to put that at probably 250. I don't know if that's right or not because when we're talking about an index, we're talking about ticks instead of pips. That is still too large. However, I can see that the level 1 right here still has a 74% win rate in the money and only has 3 losses in a row. I don't know what I can buy that for. Well, let's just do a little finagling. This is a 415 daily expiry. Now, if we're looking on here, these are 250 pips or 250 ticks apart. If I measure 250, okay, so if I measure where price is right now, down 250, that's going to be at a price of about 2392. So if price is here right now, and I look at 2392, which is this strike right here, I can get that for 66.50. So if I'm looking on my chart here, I know I can buy this for 66.50. Like if not now because the price is up here, but if the signal came out, it's going to come out wherever price is. So I can buy that for 66.50. If I go down even further, let me go down 500 ticks. That's going to be at a price of about 2389. 2389 right here. Oh, I don't want to buy that. I don't want to buy that. 2389. I can get that for 78. So they're about, and I can get the next one for 86 and the next one for 93. And you can see that on all 4 of these, let me see, 2382. Could I even buy one way down here? 2382. I can buy a 2383 for 93. So yes, these strikes are in line because even though price is up here, I can still buy a strike right here, right now, even though it's expensive, but I can do it. So let's figure out what a let me look here for a second. Okay, so I'm looking at long only right now. I know it's got 4 losses in a row. What if I wanted to go down here to consider signals only after X number of losses, and I put that in as 2. No good. So I'm starting to see that this S&P is no good at all. Not for this particular signal. Okay, and you go through this process. You find out what does not work, and you do it in record time. How many different currency pairs and how many things did we check for thousands of trades in just a few minutes? I mean, it's extremely fast and extremely easy. In the next video, I'm going to show you some parameters that do work. Before we do, though, I'm going to go in here and we're going to look at a few of these indicators here. What if I want to use the CCI? There's the CCI right there. What if I want to use it on a currency pair? Let's say the Euro USD. There you go. See, the strikes are nowhere near where they should be. I'm going to put them at 10 pips apart. They're at 10 pips apart now. And I want to use the CCI for a 3 p.m. expiry. There we go. Okay. What if I want to change the parameters on the CCI? I'll just go down here and find it. Where is CCI? Right there. What if instead of a 14 period, I want to use a 3 period? What if instead of an upper and lower level of 100, I want to use a 200? Let me see how many trades that gives me. None. None. We'll go back to 100. There we go, 38. 65% win rate. What if I want to change it from looking at instead of crossing out of the overbought, remember, going up into the overbought and then coming back down. What if I wanted to look at it crossing into the overbought oversold area? The win rate comes down a little bit. However, there's a lot of trades. It's lost 11 in a row. It's won 10 in a row. No good. And that's long only. Let me look at long and short. Long and short's about the same. So you can just change parameters, find out what doesn't work, and I will tell you one thing. You're going to spend a lot of time finding out what doesn't work. Days and days and days, you're going to find out stuff that does not work. Write them down. If you write them down, you shouldn't have any problem whatsoever. In the next video, I'm going to show you something that does work.